Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today in Tennessee to meet up with Tyler, Wildcat, who you might know from his gaming videos here on YouTube. Well, we're going to be talking cars today and having a look at his collection, what lurks behind the garage shutter doors. Well, we've got the rather bright and bold BMW M5 competition just here, and behind it, and the collection is very much after my own heart, we have an E46 M3 that is rather frozen. Now, BMW actually use the word frozen for their satin paints on their cars. This is frozen in the literal sense because it is very, very cold here right now. But let me head in, get this shutter door opened up so that you can see some of the cars, including the latest arrival that has joined the collection that we have here, a Lamborghini Huracan STO. But come on in, the STO is sat right beside a very nice gated manual Lamborghini Gallardo. We have a Corvette Z06 C7, we have a 991.2 GT3 RS, which I can tell you from our drive at the end of last year, sounds ludicrous. We also have an R32 tucked in just there. But let's go find Tyler, let's have a full look around, and then let's pick a car to take out for a little drive. Hey Tyler, how you doing?
How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, it's good to be here. Cold?
Yeah, it's a little cold. I did not expect it to be, like some of the cars are literally covered in ice, so.
It's crazy.
Yeah, didn't exactly expect that, but it's all right, it's all right. The cars are fine.
It's all good, that's what matters.
They're a little dirty too.
This is bright, can I just say?
Yeah, so, yeah. At the time that I got this, every car that I had was either black or white and black.
So you went the polar opposite.
I was like, it's time for some color. I went to the BMW dealership here in Nashville. They had a black one on the lot. And I liked it a lot. I was test driving a bunch of stuff. This is like my company car, my daily, like comfortable car, but still fun. I test drove a lot of stuff. I loved the M5, but they only had a black one on the lot. And I was like, oh no, I want a custom color. And the guy was like, all right, let's do the BMW individual. And it was between Daytona Violet, which is like a dark purple, and then this Java green. And
and you went white.
I don't even really like green, but I love the way this car turned out. It's super bright. It's at the time that I got it, they told me it was one of two that had been ordered in this color in the US. There was like one other one in San Antonio. I have no idea how many there are now. I've never seen another one. Even Google searching, I don't really ever see them.
And it looks cool being this kind of dirty. It's the time of year, you can't keep it clean.
Yeah, I don't even bother trying to wash the cars this time of year because it's, and in my neighborhood, there are people doing construction and there's just mud everywhere. So,
yeah.
But at least the top half of the car, you can kind of see the color.
Yeah, absolutely. Top half looks good. Carbon roof, all very nice. Yeah. Very, very swish. And
yeah,
looking.
It's like a green color with like a gold kind of flake in it. It's kind of, it's hard to see, but that's kind of, usually how I describe it. But
and a little bit different from your other BMW.
Yeah, so I got this in like 2017, and I bought this to learn how to drive stick. That is the entire purpose of this car. At the time, I was looking for something in like the $5,000 to $10,000 range that was manual, that I could learn on, that I felt like was at the bottom of its depreciation curve. At the time,
I mean, these are appreciating.
Yeah, so this is yeah. So like I was spot on with that one. I bought this car, learned how to drive stick. It's only gone up a little bit. Now this is not a great example. It's got 125,000 miles.
Wow.
Everything works except for like dumb stuff like AC and whatnot. That's all going to get fixed.
Right now, nothing works. It's literally frozen.
It is frozen. But I think, I'm sure we could start it up. And then randomly the other day, like a couple months ago, I was driving it and the rear taillight cover just fell off. They're like sonically welded on. It just fell off. I have no idea where it is, but
as they do. Yeah, that's very frozen. Should we head into the garage?
Yeah.
Let's go see what you got in here. You've just taken delivery of the STO.
Yep.
Like just taken delivery.
Literally like a week and a half ago. Yep.
Which is crazy. Yep. How many miles so far?
300. And I've kind of been being conservative because I'm about to drive it to Miami tomorrow.
Which is going to have the running in done.
Yep. So I was like, oh, it's 900 miles to break in. Miami's 900 miles away. As you can see, it's not very great weather here. So I was like, all right, let's go.
Let's do it. So we have Blue Cephas with Giallo Belenis, which is the metallic. That was actually the launch color of the Evo rear-wheel drive, as it happens, which is the car that you could say this is based on.
Yeah.
But we should have a look around everything. The first of your sports / supercars you bought, I think, was the Z06?
Yeah,
Z06?
So the first one was the Z06. I've always loved Corvettes. I'm always going to love Corvettes.
Yeah.
My family comes from like a General Motors background. My dad worked there. And yeah, this is like where I grew up in Indiana, like kind of in the cornfields, like the nice cars that people had, it was Corvettes. And so that was like what I always wanted at some point, and the C7 was like my favorite. And I remember this one, it was New Year's Eve 2015 that I bought the car.
Really? So
Yeah.
you've had it for a while now?
Yeah, so seven years.
Does it feel kind of part of you? You're going to keep it for a long
Yeah,
time?
I'm never getting rid of it. I'm keeping this car forever. It's an auto. I wish it was a manual, but at the time I didn't know how to drive stick.
Yeah.
And I was like, all I'd ever driven before this was a truck. So I was like, all right, I'm going to 650 horsepower, like twice as much as any truck I'd ever driven. And I don't know how to drive stick. I'm like, I'm just going to get the auto, and I fit better in it, but...
It's a Corvette. It's a very cool Corvette.
Yeah.
But you know what you were saying about stick? That might not be a stick, but you own one of the coolest stick cars that's ever been made.
Yeah, so... I'm trying to figure out how... So, I had a C8. I bought a C8 when they first came out. I had like VIN like 700 or something like that. I was one of the first people around here to have it. I drove the car for a year, put a few thousand miles on it, but I just wasn't super like happy with it. It's a great car, especially for the money, but I was used to that. Just wasn't as exciting. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the polar opposite of the C8, which is kind of like, it's very well behaved. It's the 8-speed dual clutch. So like, all right, completely analog, 6-speed GT3 RS. Now it has a crazy Dundon exhaust system. It's super loud.
We're going to have to hear that a little bit later.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, 3.8 RS, 997.2.
Yep.
Arguably one of the greatest drivers cars, one of the greatest Porsche GT cars. And I know from driving alongside you when you were at the wheel of this a couple of months ago.
It's very loud.
Deafening.
Yeah, I have some friends here in town who they all had Porsches, and that was definitely a big influence of like, all right, I gotta get a Porsche. I gotta try it. I gotta see what all the hype is about. This car definitely lives up to it. My one friend, he had a 991 GT3 RS with a Dundon system, but he had like the full setup with like the full crack pipe, and that was one of the loudest street cars I'd ever heard in my life. This is like 85% of what that car was, because this is like the mini crack, so it's a little quieter, but it's still like ear shattering. And when you're in the car at certain RPMs, different things start vibrating and rattling, and yeah, like it just hits resonant frequencies and just like you just hear all these buzzes.
Yeah, why not, hey?
Yeah.
And another car that's becoming hugely popular these days, well, anything to do with R32s, R33s, R34s. Yours is an R32.
It's R32, yeah. I got this from a dealership in Miami that kind of specializes with, JDM stuff or vintage Porsches. I'd always wanted something JDM, loved Supras, loved Skylines. Obviously, like, I'm just like everyone, Fast and Furious growing up. Yeah. It's like big thing. The Need for Speed underground games. Yeah, this one kind of came up and I was like, all right, I'm going to get it. I'm going to try it. If I don't like it, I'll sell it. But I at least want to see what it's. I literally bought this car without ever having driven anything right-hand drive, ever driven any JDM car. And I love it. This one's got a little bit of work done to it. It's converted to a single turbo. So it's like this huge turbo that takes forever to spool, and it has crazy boost and big blow-off valve noise. It does the does all that.
That was a perfect sound effect.
Yeah, but it's also like a 30-year-old Japanese car, so there's some. It shows its age. But every car I have, I wanted to be very different, and so driving this is like no other car that I have and that I've ever driven. And for the money, I think it's well worth it, just in how unique of an experience it is.
I actually quite like that, looking around, how you've got the kind of front engine GT, the rear engine manual, you've got the two V10 Lambos, but both very different styles as well, the R32. How do you find right-hand drive out here?
I like it. I don't dislike it or like it more. I guess I'd say I like it more just because like it feels special and unique. It feels different. But yeah,
and it confuses people.
Yeah. I haven't had any like. I did have one incident where I went to park downtown Nashville, and like as you're going into the parking garage, the little button thing is on the left, and I'm on the right, so I had to like get out of the car and go do it, and then like run back before the gate closed to get in. But yeah, no, I mean, on the highway, I'll find myself kind of drifting over, but I just catch myself. But otherwise, I actually love driving right-hand drive. Even shifting, it's to me either or. It feels just as natural. So, and I didn't think it would. I thought there was a chance I would get the car, drive right-hand drive, and hate it, but I actually like it a lot. Yeah, no, it's good.
Talking manuals though, Gallardo. Let's head over and have a little chat about your Gallardo over there.
So yeah, it's a 04 Gallardo, 6-speed gated manual. I prefer the sound of the 5-liter, so that was kind of the reason for getting a pre-LP car. Also, they're a little bit cheaper. The gated was just, I don't really like the E-gear. Comes with a lot of problems. I don't think it's very fun to drive.
Well, I mean, these days, everybody lusts after a gated manual.
Yeah, and at the time, I mean, this is only like a year ago. I feel like now these cars are starting to really like be appreciated. And I looked up, and there's not very many. There's only like 300 gated Gallardos.
Is that it?
Pre-LP, I think. Okay. Actually, there might be less.
Crazy. Well, it's
I
really
remember.
cool. No secret, you know, I think one day I'm keen to add an early Gallardo as well. Pink fluffy dice.
Yeah, so I did. I did a video where I first got the car, and I always joked that like every YouTuber, especially even in the gaming scene where I come from, like the second they make a little bit of money, the first car, it was a Huracan or it was always a Lambo.
Yep.
And so I was like, all right, I'm a real YouTuber because I own a Lambo, and I immediately like went to AutoZone and like bought all the dumbest stuff I could put on it. It had
you had a
big Honda sticker, had a
you
roof.
had a roof scoop,
Had a roof scoop on the hood, which is funny because obviously that's just a trunk. I had bullet holes and vents all over the place. It was before these wheels were on it. Yeah, it looked ridiculous. And then the fuzzy dice just stayed. And I don't think I have the key on me, but I still have I put a Honda thing on the keychain too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the key looks like just such a rinky dinky.
Oh, yeah, for this generation.
Yeah.
They did not look special.
Oh yeah, I still have it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there you go. See?
Literally. That's quite fun.
Yeah.
I mean, two completely different V10 engined Lambos.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are mutual owners of STOs.
Yeah.
Maybe we should touch a bit more on that. But do you know what? We need to pick something to go out in. And I think given the key that you've got on you, Gallardo?
I'm down.
Should we do it?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get this started. Let's go out for a little ride and let's go talk a bit more about it. This is going to be pretty loud.
It's going to be loud. It's got a custom titanium system, Soul Performance X-Pipe. Yeah, it's pretty loud.
And it's cold.
My carbon monoxide thing might go off, so we might get beeps and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to try and get it out of the garage before that happens, but
Let's give it a go.
It might start a little rough too. It's cold.
We'll see. Let's take a listen then to the Gallardo. Oh, wipers have gone. I'm probably about to get deafened in here. But let's give it a go. Definitely cold. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is seriously loud. Like, I wasn't expecting that, and it's probably going to go off. It's so cold today. Right, let's get this outside. Goodness me. I might need to go and help. Well, we got it outside without the sensor going off. Gallardos are just cool. Just really cool. A lot of car for the money. Absolutely from an era. So I am going to hop in and we will go for a little run.
All right, I'm gonna ask for a little favor.
Yeah.
Can you hold these on your side?
Not enough room.
No, not enough room, and the pedals are so close, and I've kind of got a bit of some cloggers down here, so it just helps. It just helps.
Lambos were never made for tall people.
Yeah.
Italian, hey?
I fit okay. I actually fit way better in the STO.
Oh, this sounds nice.
It'll start crackling and popping, and every time you hear the big pop, that's like a huge flame shooting out the back of the car.
All meanwhile with the fluffy dice.
Yeah.
So it's funny because when I was younger, I had some fluffy dice that were given to me by my little sister,
Yeah.
which I kept in many of my earlier cars.
When I did the video, I had like 4 sets of these, and I couldn't even see like outside of the car. These still kind of block a lot of vision, but
Well, you don't exactly have a lot of vision in this thing with the right windshield.
and it's crazy how far the dash is from the windshield. Like the dash goes on
I know
for
what you
a
mean.
mile.
The glass is all the way up there somewhere. But yeah, gated manual.
Yeah, the gears are a mile long. I think the top of first is like 60, second is like 95. It's ridiculous. So you can't really like row through the gears a ton.
But the click clack as you move
The click clack is pretty good.
Really, really cool. And then the sound from the power plant back there. And I should point out at this moment, on a day when it's this cold, you've actually taken away the four-wheel drive system.
Yeah, it's rear-wheel drive converted, yeah. Took out the front diff, that removes like 85 pounds. Rear-wheel drive converts it. I think it drives a lot better personally. I like the feel of it. It's definitely better at slow speeds for sure. It's not as clunky. Yeah, it's good.
Well, this is not the scenery we were expecting today, the frosted.
Tennessee normally is very pretty, but this is about as ugly as it can look.
I mean, it's not bad. I'm quite enjoying the fact that we've got a nice twisty road. A lot of America does not have these.
Oh, these are all over the place around here, which is nice.
That sound is awesome.
There
Oh, there we go.
Pop, that's what I was looking for. That big pop, that shoots like a 4-foot flame out the back.
Yeah.
And there's no tune or anything, it's just the exhaust.
Oh, okay. Heard that loud and clear. Nice shift.
Thank you.
It's basically on lift off, it just goes.
Yeah.
Just goes for
Once
it.
you get above like 6,000 and then lift off,
Yep.
you'll have a pop just about every time. But I mean, you can get it, you know, get it into 6, and it's just kind of a quiet, comfortable cruiser.
Yeah.
Shut the
How much driving have you done with this car?
I got it with 57,000 miles. Now it has 59,000. So
Okay, so a little bit.
A couple thousand miles. All kind of standard. You know, I don't plan on tracking this thing. This is just kind of a fun like cruise to like a Cars and Coffee and drive around town.
I gotcha. And obviously the fact that it's 20 years old, you've got to be a little bit delicate with it and things to fix up.
20 years old, a lot of miles, yeah. It's overall though, like I got it PPI'd before I bought it. I've had it looked at several times since. I've had some work done since.
Yeah.
And everything looks good and the car runs great.
And it doesn't make crazy rattles.
No, there's a couple here and there, but that might have just been because it's cold, but
it's not too bad.
It's pretty quiet.
Just the small things like this and switches and stuff, but you can replace all of those easily.
I already have a replacement for that on the way, just haven't gotten it in yet. Is that snow on the road? I was like,
they look more like some kind of sand or something than snow. Strange. You've got those downshifts down.
The RS really is what trained me for downshifts.
Yeah.
That car is like, it only drives like really like smoothly if you're like on it and everything's quick. And so I learned with that car, and it revs super quick. So it's just throw it in gear and jab the gas, and usually it's pretty good. And this car's about the same.
Love it. It's such a different engine sound in the 5 litre to the 5.2.
Yeah, and this exhaust I was hoping would be a little more higher pitched than it is. It turned out to be, I mean, it still sounds great, but I wanted it to even be more higher pitched, kind of almost Carrera GT. Like, obviously it's not going to ever be there, but close to it. But it actually has like a lot of like induction noise too. It sounds like, I don't know, you just hear like a lot of air as this car is driving by.
Yeah, you sure do. So was a Lamborghini always the kind of like one day?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like anybody, always, like, as a kid, I thought Lambos were crazy. Growing up in the middle of nowhere in Indiana, I think I saw, like, one Lambo as a kid at, like, some car show in, like, Indianapolis one time, and it was a Gallardo, and I thought it was the craziest thing. I was like, oh my, the dash goes to 210. I remember that was always, like, the big thing, how high up the dash went. Almost never saw them on the road. I don't remember ever seeing one on the road in Indiana. Around here, the car scene down here has gotten pretty crazy, so you see them all over the place. But
yeah, for sure. I'm amazed by how many amazing cars that
it was really the Diablo was like the car. Like that was like my poster car. And I remember I had a Hot Wheels of the SE30.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was.
Does that feel like a one-day poster car? Is that like a one-day maybe?
Maybe. Except now that I've owned some of the cars and stuff, it's. I like obviously the way they look and like what they are, but also like I really want a car that's fun to drive too.
Yeah.
And I have not really heard good things about the Diablo driving experience.
You're sat kind of wonky all over the place.
And being I'm 6'5", so like I don't fit in a lot of cars. My head is crammed up, and this seat is like bolted to the floor.
Yeah.
And that's a car I don't really. I've sat in one. It was very tight. I don't know if I would be able to drive it.
Did you have to get the driver's seat lowered in here?
Yeah, this is like bolted to the floor. And I have aftermarket seats that are coming that are supposed to be even lower, so I just haven't got those in yet.
Get a little bit more comfort.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I love this car. Like, takes me back to like Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit. Everything's gonna be like video game references for me, because that's like where I really got into cars as a kid. Because like I said, didn't see them around. The gears are just so long. Like, it just feels like you should be on the interstate, flying, running from something. I won't say the police, but running from something. I would never do that. But.
So what's the quickest this car's been in Mexico?
I don't know. Not anything crazy.
Not anything crazy.
Like 120, 130.
Cool.
Yeah. In Mexico, of course.
Absolutely.
I think the RS is the car I've gone the fastest in. I was like 186.
Oh, not bad.
I've never done 200.
It's like that's like
I'd have to have it someday.
You have to come to Germany and do it on the Autobahn. And
I do want to do that someday. That is like a bucket list item. Ship a car out to Germany and do the Nürburgring and Autobahn, and it'll happen one day.
Enjoy them. I'm loving it. I love how you've got that really down. That's very smooth.
Yeah.
Respect.
I try to be smooth when I have a passenger. When it's just me, then I'm just like,
Go for it.
Yeah. The pops are just non-stop.
Love it. Well, this road is a dead end, which makes for a perfect opportunity to swap around.
Yeah.
The thing for swapping around, though, is that you need your shoes back.
Yeah, I don't. Thank you. And then I put them on the ground first. I turn myself and then put them on.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
All right. Let me swing out this side and head on around. Listen to that idle. Tell you what, even just the idle sound is a beast.
You want to see a flame?
Yeah? Why not? Let's do it. I think this guy's like, what's happening there? Go on then, let's have a listen.
No flame though.
No flame
No
yet.
big pop. You try one more time. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry
Okay.
about your ears.
Yes, my
You,
ears.
I asked you. You said yes. I would never do that without asking someone. I'm not
No.
that guy that revs right in people's ears. But
That was absurd. Oh gosh, okay.
it doesn't sound that loud from inside the car, does it?
No, it doesn't sound that loud. From outside, that was like literally ear-shattering. I kind of just stopped covering my ears because like, oh, it wasn't too loud without the pop. And then we had a pop, and then I regretted it. I think he wanted to come up this
Oh,
road
yeah.
and we were blocking it. Sorry, sir. Okay, let's go this way. I'll say thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't so smooth.
It takes time. Every car is different.
Every car is different. Let me slide the seat further forwards to make sure I can actually get it properly. Need to move the steering wheel as well. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
It's actually amazing how much difference that makes, just not being able to quite press the clutch pedal down. Always get yourself comfortable before you start driving. Oh, it's so nice though, the way it just moves between the gears. Like you were saying, you want to just go up and down, but with such long gearing, you kind of...
Yeah, the gears they last for miles. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what the top of third is. It might be like 130, 140 at most.
I like the light feeling of the front though. Like the steering feels so much better.
I think the car drives so much better rear wheel drive converted.
Without the weight on the front
Yeah.
axle. It's always the problem with the four-wheel drive, especially with the newer cars with the electronic steering. It's all kind of all wishy-washy all over the place.
Turn it 10
This is, yeah.
There you
There
go,
we
little
go.
pop too. See, once you get it, this thing's so easy to drive.
Just easing into it, you know, building up a little bit. Sweet. This looks greasy though, doesn't it?
This road, yeah.
Let's be safe.
They're brand new tires. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Good shape.
Build the revs. This is sweet. I have a massive desire for one of these right now. Like hugely. I already wanted to pick up a Gallardo at some point, but this is just mega. I used to have an R8 V10 first generation,
Yeah.
a 2010 car.
Yep.
So that was technically a development of this. I had an R-tronic, which was Audi's terminology for the E-gear, of course, rather than a manual. But I feel these days, looking back, you have to do a manual, don't you? You can't now buy.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you can, but
You can, but
this is where it's at. This is what it's about. If you're about the driving enjoyment and the driving experience. The sound is awesome. There we go, another little pop.
and just knowing that each one of those pops is literally like a 3-foot blue flame shooting out the back.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah. This car's on coilovers too. It's lowered a little bit.
Yeah.
It's on the Olsen coilovers, I think, which I didn't even know the car had it when I bought it, but I took it to my mechanic. He's like, these are like great coilovers. So
The downshift is just awesome. Like, there we go. I'm getting into the flow now.
yeah.
This is what it's about. This is a fantastic road to be driving. Oh man, thank you for the drive.
Oh, no problem.
This is seriously cool.
I'm glad you liked it, because like I said, it's a 20-year-old Lambo with 59,000 miles and some stuff done to it, but I'm telling you, it drives great.
It really does.
I really like driving it.
It really does, and I'm also amazed at how many heads it's turned. Like, we've seen a couple of phones come out and things already.
Yeah, I think part of that is it's just so low. It's crazy low. The top of this car is lower than the spoiler on my Z06.
And I mean, this and the STO are such different machines as well.
Yeah.
Like, thinking about that, the STO is a wild, kind of relentless track monster.
Yeah.
This feels like a really nice car for these kind of roads, where the STO is a little bit too hardcore and too out of place sometimes. I'm interested to see how you're going to find driving all the way to Miami in it.
Yeah, we'll see how. I'm going to need to take some breaks. I think the M5 might be going as well, so we'll probably switch out here and there.
That's the right way.
Yeah, we're going in like a convoy, so there'll be a time to switch out.
Perfect.
I just like the STO, just seeing how far like Lamborghini has come. Obviously, this car is a lot of Audi, but still, it's just.
Oh, dreamy. Absolutely dreamy. But we probably should be heading back to your garage to talk a little bit more. I want to talk a little bit more about your plans.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Some cool stuff in the works. We have made it back in one piece. That was a cool drive. Thank you for that.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Absolutely. What a machine. Heartbreak on. Right, let's hop out. So what's the plan in here? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I had this garage built after I bought the house. The garage was not here originally.
Okay.
And so the plan for it was always 14 feet tall.
I was going to say it's
lifts.
really tall.
So yeah, the plan was always for lifts, and it's technically only a 2-car tandem. That's what it technically is. So that's car here, car there on both sides. But the doors are 10-foot doors, which is 2 feet wider than normal. And there's like an extra 4 foot on either side as well.
Yeah.
Which is how we're able to kind of double widen them in here. But I think the plan is 2 4-posts or some sort of double lift that's just for storage right there to put 2 cars on top of each other.
Yep.
And then like a 2-post, like a regular service lift right here.
Okay, cool.
And then that back wall would be like toolboxes and whatnot. So
speaking of the back wall, I didn't realize quite how many bikes and quads.
Yeah, this is like this
Toy
is
corner.
where I first got introduced to like speed and adrenaline.
Yeah. Was
ATVs. When I was like 6 years old, my dad got me a tiny little Suzuki LT80, which is like a 4-wheeler like this tall.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this one, this is called a Yamaha Banshee. This is probably one of the most iconic quads of all time.
Yeah.
I think they started building these like 86, 88, somewhere in there. And they've made them up until like 05 or 06 in the US. And every year had a different paint scheme, like a color scheme. This is the 92 color scheme, which is like that classic like pastel blue and you know, like the Miami kind of colors. This isn't a 92. This is like an 03, I believe, but it's been a completely like tore down to the frame, fully restored, and then customized to be the Wildcat Banshee.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my dad had this done by another YouTuber actually. His name is Mike Sabo. He that's what he does. Is he builds quads. So he built this thing. So this is like very special gift. But yeah, otherwise we just get up to nonsense around here and around different off-road parks and whatnot. Dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, these little crazy carts. You ever ridden on one of these?
I know about them. I don't think I've actually ever been on.
Yeah, these are pretty broken. They've been kind of thrashed. I have 6 more brand new ones upstairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because eventually we want to do a video where we're all like doing like Mario Kart or something. But
yeah, sounds dangerous. And talking about dangerous, should we start this?
Yeah.
We're going to set off a whole load of alarms.
There's a carbon monoxide alarm in here that likes to go off, usually with the Gallardo or with the Skyline. This, I don't know if it'll set it off.
Okay. I should definitely have my ears prepared.
It'll be all right for startup. It's just once it gets warm and we can rev it.
Oh, God.
Also a tight squeeze in here, but.
Let's have a listen. I mean, that's loud.
That valve's closed.
Okay. Yeah, that got noticeably louder. It's a really deep grumble. It's really, really, like, bassy.
Yeah, which this thing used to sound like a vacuum cleaner before this exhaust. So like, I have to do something. And then this is like, take that to 11 basically.
Yeah, way better. Right, so this is where I cover my ears and hold the camera awkwardly.
We good? Ready?
Yeah. Whoa. That's serious. I have my fingers in my ears.
And now it's peace and quiet.
I had my fingers in my ears and it was that loud.
Yeah, I don't want to cause any ear damage, so we'll just do 2 and then call it good.
Man, I mean, I heard it from the outside when it's under load when you're driving and it's...
Oh, under load, yeah, it's a whole nother thing too.
Wow, crazy. Right, we're going to do a little bit of a shuffle around to try and get a cool photo.
Let's do it.
Not sure what order we're going in, but we'll make it work. Valved on the STO. I'm going to have to show Tyler the trick to unvalve that so you get more noise out of it. We're all lined up, thank you for that.
No problem. Hope you enjoyed the ride in the Gallardo.
I sure did, and I hope you're going to enjoy your drive in the STO all the way to somewhere much warmer than this.
I'm looking forward to it and dreading it at the same time because it's not going to be comfortable. But.
Epic. Thanks for showing us around. Thank you for the drive out. It's been a whole lot of fun. And yeah, let's go warm up for a moment.
Yeah.
What a cool day. Quite literally a cool day, but great to catch up with Tyler again. Great to talk about all of his cars from going out in the Gallardo. And I tell you what, future Schmierville for sure. I'd love to find one of these down the line to build into something nice like we've done with the Clio V6, but to learn a little bit more what makes him tick, what gets him into all of these cars, because of course it is a very different world from the world of creating gaming videos on YouTube, as he has done for over a decade and accumulated quite the audience, some amazing content as well. So if you aren't already checking out his channel Wildcat, please do go over and have a look. For now though, it is brutally freezing out here in Tennessee, but it's been a very fun day. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.